For those of you who might be interested in starting a puzzle journal, or maybe just a journal in general, I have quite the list of things that I consider to be necessities to creating a successful and colorful, beautiful, functional puzzle journal. First off, a journal. This one I got off of Amazon. It's from Paper Age. It's just a dot journal, and it costs roughly $10 to $12 depending on the color. Different colors cost different amounts. It is what it is. Next up is washi tape. I got these off of Amazon. As you can see, I went a little crazy. I use them pretty sparingly, but I got a bunch of different colors and patterns and sizes because you just never know what you're going to want at a certain time. So these run roughly $10 to $15, and again, it depends on the thickness of the tape and the number of rolls in the package. Stencils are another necessity for journaling, especially when you're doing a journal where you're tracking things by the month. So I got these month stencils. These are massive. You don't need to get these big ones like I did. There's 16 pieces. They have every month. They also have the seasons, and these run between $18 to $20. Sticker paper. I got this also off of Amazon. I never used sticker paper before, but someone on TikTok suggested for a cleaner look to try out sticker paper. So we're doing that. This has 40 sheets in it, and it was between $6 and $8. Two things I use quite a bit, whiteout and the Scotch tape runner. These you can get pretty much at any craft store, Target, Amazon. The whiteout was a 4-pack for $6, which is not bad at all. And then the Scotch tape runner can be between $5 and $8. Stickers, always need lots of stickers. And since I'm doing a feather theme this year, I decided to get a whole bunch of different brands and colors and sizes of feather stickers because, again, you just never know what you're going to want or need. And the other stickers that I use are these star rating stickers for when I rate my puzzles, and I got these off of Amazon. They're from the Planning Queen, and I'm not sure if those are still available on Amazon. They might be, they might not be, but there are other people who sell these, and you can get roughly 65 to 75 stickers on a page, and they're around $5. My date stamper and stamp pad, this came as a set off of Amazon. It was like $5. You can obviously get these at other places too, probably at like office supply stores, craft stores. And if your ink dries up, you can just buy a new stamp pad. You don't have to like buy a whole new set. Markers and pens, obviously. I got metallic Sharpies and metallic pens because that's kind of the motif I'm going for. Glittery metallic. The pens I got off of Amazon, 20-pack for $10. And I also got the Sharpies off of Amazon, but you can find those elsewhere as well. This was, I think, around $8, $8 to $10, somewhere in there. And finally, the bare essentials, a ruler, pencil and eraser, and a plain old black pen. Mine's a Sharpie pen. That's just my preference. So yeah, that's it. You are ready to journal. Before I even start working on my puzzle journal, I plan. I plan a lot. I plan for a theme and buy a whole bunch of things that will match the said theme. I plan for what puzzles I intend to do at least a few months in advance, and I plan design. I'm a very creative, artistic person, so I like to visualize things, and one of the things that I did this year was I kind of drew, it's very rough, it's a very rough sketch that I did in pen one night. Yeah, very bad. Anyway, it'll look a lot better than this, but I wanted to do something with the puzzle pieces down here all connected, and write puzzle journal here, and then up here with like the loose pieces put the 2024. But that's kind of what I'm going to go off of. It might not look exactly like this when it's all said and done, but this is my inspo, if you will. And then I also like to go ahead and plan like the pages, the order that I'm going to do them in. Obviously, I'll have an index that lists the page numbers and what goes on the page numbers, and then the page after that will be my goals. And I've kind of picked a few that I want to achieve this year. I did 10 last year. I think 10 is a solid number because you don't want to give yourself too many goals. It'll be unattainable. You want this to be something that you can actually accomplish during the year. After that, we will move on to our, I just cut these out. I didn't like make the actual design of the page. This is to track the number of puzzles I do. I will put numbers on these little pieces, and then once I complete a puzzle, color them in just to keep track of how many I've done. After that, I'm going to do the yearly stats page. I did one last year just to keep track of things that I'm doing as far as the number of puzzles, the number of pieces, how many new brands I've attempted, how many 5-star ratings, how many puzzles I've acquired, and that kind of thing, just to kind of track that in one place as opposed to trying to flip through and go to the start of each month and figure out how many it is. And then at the end, I didn't do this last time, but I'll make sure there's a totals column. And then I'm going to do a brand tracker, have little cutouts of the logos, and then paste those to the page. It's going to be a 2-page spread, and add marks each time I do a puzzle by that brand. I'm also going to probably do like an asterisk. I kind of do a little design down here of what it might look like, as you can see. Put an asterisk by it if it's a brand that I've never done before. And then we move on to the alphabet challenge. I did this last year, and like I said, I kind of plan which puzzles I'm going to do and see how far I can get, and if I can find puzzles with the letters that I don't already have. And I go by title only. I don't go by artist or brand name, so it makes it a little more difficult. Then bingo. I've taken some of the same things that I had last year as far as themes, sports and holiday, and the number of pieces, because those are kind of universal. But I've changed up the brands. I've changed up some of the other categories. I've also kept the shaped panoramic, round, impossible. Do one of each of those. And then when I get done with that, I will daub the square, and hopefully by the end of it, I will once again have blackout bingo. Then, and this will be a new spread, it's called the wish list. Basically what I'm going to do is take the cutouts of the cover art for puzzles that I've either had in a brand's or company's cart or on one of their wish lists for ages and just have not pulled the trigger on. Put those on like the left side of the spread, and then when I acquire them, move them over to the other page, which would be like acquired. And then as I remove them, I can always add new ones. And then from the acquired page, I obviously can move them into the actual journal if I do them. So I think that one could be a lot of fun. Yeah, we will see how that one goes. Looking forward to giving that a whirl. And then social media growth. I'll probably use the same general design as I did last year, but I'm not going to track the same things. Like TikTok last year, I tracked the number of likes that I received. And most of those weren't on videos that had anything to do with puzzling. They were just random one-off videos that I did for fun. And they don't really do anything as far as show you what your following is like, because most of those people are just liking the video. They're not actually following you. So I think I'm just going to track followers on TikTok as well as on Instagram, and then subscribers on YouTube, though I might actually keep track of how many videos I post, because that's one of my goals, is to like post one a month. So social media growth will be represented in the journal this year. It will just be slightly different than last year. So yeah, that is pretty much it. I just need to get to work and put all of these ideas onto the pages. I have been busy plugging away at this puzzle journal, and things are starting to take shape, so we might as well do a little update. This is what the first page looks like. That's the title page. I outlined it in silver metallic pen, and then I did 3 different colors for 2024 puzzle journal. It looks a lot better than my original sketch, obviously. And then over here we have our index and our goals. I used a green washi tape around the border. Finally filled out my 10 goals. Now I just have to stick to those and actually do them. And then we have our puzzle tracker. These are all numbered, and I'll fill them in as I do that number of puzzle. The goal is 60. And we have our yearly statistics page, complete with the total column, just as I drew it up. Then we have our brand tracker. I actually did put some of the brands that I've already done of puzzles so far, and the asterisk means it's a new one that I've never done before. And there are already quite a few of those, I think 5? 4? 4. So yeah, we have a good start on that goal of doing 10 new to me brands. And then we have the wish list and the acquired. I already have a couple that I put in here. This is Brook Trout from Cobble Hill. And then this one is Elephant from Carmen International. I love that one. Look at the colors in that. Gorgeous. Obviously not acquired yet. And then we have our alphabet challenge. And then the bingo. See all the different categories. There's actually a piece of cat hair that got stuck. I don't know if you can see it underneath the cat sticker, which is on brand for this house. It's cat hair everywhere. And then finally the social media growth page. And that's as far as I've gotten, although it's quite a ways, all things considered, that this was just blank pages a week and a half ago. So we'll get into the months, hopefully within the next few days, and then start logging some puzzles. Whenever I start a new month in my puzzle journal, I, surprise, surprise, always like to sketch it out to see if I like how it looks before putting ink to paper. And since this stencil already had February at an angle, I decided to go with it and kind of do it at an angle. And then I also added on the little Cupid down here. And then I also have another stencil with the hearts. So I use that to do a little heart stencil up here. And so far, I like the way it looks. So we are going to stick with that and put ink to paper. And for the month pages, the ones that just display the name of the month, I decided that for the additional stenciling, I was just going to do outlines so it wouldn't look super busy. Because last year when I did this, I think I went a little bit overboard with the color. So I kind of wanted to keep it simple this time around. On the overview pages, which is where I keep track of the number of puzzles I do every month, as well as the number of pieces, how many new puzzles I acquire each month, that sort of thing. I've decided I'm going to start with washi tape at the top, and then a little blurb that says February overview in this case, and then use these little half circles for putting the data in. So yeah, let's get started. And I do intend on having a set color scheme each month. Since Valentine's Day falls in February, I have opted to go with, pinks and reds and purples. Okay, and now for our little February overview. Looking good so far. Once again, before I put ink to paper, I will definitely be tracing these in pencil. As you may have noticed, lots of erasing and moving things back and forth to where I like them. And you know, that's part of journaling. You want it to look nice. So again, another reason to start with pencil. So before we move on to the puzzle breakdown section, I decided this needed a little something, so I added a little feather sticker. So cute. We are finally ready to add our puzzle breakdowns. I got the pictures that I need, I got some stickers that I might use, and my trusty tools. So let's do this. We have our handy dandy stars for our ratings. Just adding those in right now. And then we have our stamp pad. And now we can fill in our star ratings. Because I've had a couple puzzles recently that have had missing pieces, I decided a good thing that I could do with this puzzle journal is keep track of the puzzles that do have missing pieces. So I've added missing down here if the puzzle's missing pieces, which this one was missing too. And I got this awesome puzzle shaped, I don't know if you can tell, but it's puzzle shaped confetti. And I'm going to attach these two little guys right here. Okay, I absolutely love that. I'm glad I made that choice. And that confetti is going to last me forever, so plenty of missing pieces to keep track of, if need be. So that's basically how I do my puzzle journal, and I will keep going and continuing until I get through February, and then I will come back and show you how it looks. Now that we have all of our puzzles logged for February, we get to go back in and input the rest of the data. All of our numbers went up. However, I failed to make a video, which is why we are doing this one right now. All right, before we do the bingo and the alphabet, let's fill in these yearly stats. So we're just taking these numbers and transferring them here, basically. And for our puzzle tracker, we have 14 puzzles to add to this, so this might take a little bit. All right, those are all filled in. I almost forgot that I used my metallic Sharpies when I did this the first time, but I remembered and it's looking good. Now we just let it dry. Okay, last but not least, the alphabet and bingo. We have Sewing Kittens, and Undersea Glow, we have Rainbow Mountain, Dream Tree, we have Love Stamps, and Patrika Gate, Vintage London, then we have Kitten Distraction, Wild Tropics, Outer Space, and then Zoo Selfie. that's what it's looking like so far. Not bad considering this is only through February. Of course, participating in the Puzzle the Alphabet Challenge did help. Now for the bingo. We have cats and fish and White Mountain and 1,500 pieces and 750 pieces and 500 pieces. Knocking all of those out immediately. We have Landmark. And finally, Gallison. And we might as well fill in the free space while we're at it. So yeah, our bingo board is starting to fill up. And that is where I'm going to leave you, at least for this video. If you have any questions at all about starting and maintaining a puzzle journal, please don't hesitate to reach out. Leave me a comment and I will be glad to assist you or give you some tips, recommendations, anything like that. So until next time, happy puzzling.